Okay, so the Berrics rail is done. This is the second version of it. This is the version that I'm very happy with. The rail itself looks and skates great, and the stairs are structurally done, but they could use a little beautifying, let's put it that way. Also, these are the old holes from when version 1 of the rail was scooted down. I had to anchor it into the ground there, so I want to patch these. Still debating on if I'm going to try to patch this hole or not, but regardless of if I do or don't, I do want to paint the entire stairs because we use that recycled OSB that these walls were made out of. I want to get these all painted, and obviously it's not gonna look perfect because it's not plywood, but I think paint will help clean it up a little bit for sure. I also want to go through and clean up these little flanges that I added on, go through and paint those and do my best to color match it to the actual rail itself. For a second I was debating painting the entire rail, but then I quickly realized that I really don't want to do that because this is the actual Berrics 5-stair rail. In my opinion, it's a really cool piece of history. I want to keep it as authentic as possible and with as few modifications as possible. So I'm keeping the original Berrics paint job as it was when it was taken out of the Berrics. So all that being said, today's a beautification day. Got ourselves some primer, a little paintbrush, some painter's tape, some masking material, the painting tray, the brush, all that. I was gonna try to use this yellow paint that I had. I figured that might look kind of weird, so I went out and bought this, which is pretty similar. And again, it's only for the little feet right there, just so they don't rust or corrode or anything. Definitely a closer match than the yellow though, so we're gonna go with that. And I also got this stuff, which I've never actually used before. I was gonna use Bondo originally, because that's what I'm familiar with using for street skating and everything. You will notice there's a big old crack right before you actually pop onto the rail, so I want to patch that. But then also those anchor holes that I was telling you about, and I was reading the packaging on this. Concrete patch may be used to patch or spot level interior or exterior concrete and masonry surfaces such as basement walls, patios, steps, sidewalks, and driveways. I mean, it seems like something that'll work great. Cold concrete patch, and I'm trying to patch some concrete, so I'm gonna go through and do the painting of the stairs first, then the concrete patching, and then I have some other ideas that I want to do today too. Step 1 here, and again, I'm not doing like a professional paint job or anything. I just feel like anything is gonna look cleaner than just that raw OSB material. I'm gonna go through and do my best to clean off all the dust and everything. I don't know if you guys can hear me over the sound of this thing, but this is may not be sweeping, but it's the closest we're gonna get. I'm not too worried about, you know, making any of this perfect. I just want to make it decent. I'm thinking, oh, I can probably just like stuff it in that crack behind it and then go over with the roller and I should be fine. Oh yeah, look at me go. No paint's getting on that. Oh man, oh man. Oh man, I could have swore I brought oh, there it is. Okay, this is what I'm gonna need. Just a little something, something. I want it to be like a step above half-assed, but a step below done properly, you know? We're like 3/4 assing this paint job. Yeah, see, multi-purpose tool right here. This is the proper way to stir paint before you use it, right? I do this method sometimes. This one never lets me down. You can see the gray color here. Originally, I was trying to match it to the mini ramp. Look at that, 10 bucks. They had this gray on sale for 10 bucks as opposed to 35 or whatever it normally is. And I was like, well, it may be, come on. I love using the wrong tool to do things. Is it really the wrong tool if it works though? Yeah, I was saying it's gonna be a little light for sure. It's not quite as dark as the rest of it, but I mean, it's close enough. Ew, bro, what is that dangly chunky? Maybe I should have started better. It'll be fine. Nice, it's always good to start painting with a dirty roller. I've never painted this OSB material before, so I'm kind of curious if it's gonna be able to hide all the grain or not. Dude, I gotta get this nasty ass dried paint out of there. All right, I think we're gonna be able to tell pretty quick. Oh, this is gonna look fine. This is gonna look great. Wow, sick. All right, I'm super stoked on this. This is gonna make it look so much cleaner. I think I'm just gonna leave that hole open. There's no point trying to patch it. It's like, it's such a minor little detail that it's whatever. Wow, this is gonna look sick. I'm actually really stoked on this. All right, this is probably gonna take me like an hour to go in with a brush and get all the details around everything. So I'll time lapse it or something and then see you guys after. we got ourselves some painted stairs. And I will say that I probably should have painted the legs of the rail first. I still have to paint those. Now I have to mask all this off, where I should have just done that first and painted over it. Or, I mean, I guess I could just paint those and then repaint over the stairs again. I don't know, man. I'm not a painter. It's really not that, I mean, obviously it's much, much, much lighter, but I don't think it looks awkward. I think it looks a lot better than it did. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. Now, the satisfying part of God damn it, that was so not satisfying. Oh yeah, would you look? Damn it, why did I make so many separate pieces? Would you look? Okay, I made a little bit of a mess there. That's fine. Look at it. Dude! I forgot I did so many pieces and I was expecting just one super satisfying rip. I think that is the last piece. Yes, there we go. Then I gotta do the top piece and over there, then we're good. All right, there we go. I masked out a little spray paint area for this top one. I'll probably just do the same down there. I should probably go through with like some sandpaper, like a wire brush, and clean it all up. But guess what? I'm not gonna do that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Wow, that color matches actually pretty well. I want to just kind of cover all the flux marks from my welding. I'm kind of trying to make it relatively thin too, because the rail is obviously very heavily worn. So I feel like if there's one super thick section, it'll look weird. I want to just get that base plate, get up in there too, and then just give it a light dusting on the bottom to try to blend it a little bit more. Yeah, that's good enough. Took all the masking off. Again, we're not talking about the welds, all right? The welds are bad. We're not talking about those. Speaking of bad, bro, I gotta get a haircut ASAP. No, that's looking solid. Super hyped on that. I got this one all masked off. We're gonna give her the good old spritz. Wow, it looks like concrete, kind of. Not really. It looks more like concrete than it did. Alrighty, let's go. You like my spray paint form? Am I doing it right, guys? Am I doing it right? Again, I'm really just trying to go over the unpainted stuff. Like chips like this that actually happened like from skating it at the Berrics. I kind of want to leave all of the ugly imperfections. I'm really just trying to get like the base plates and my terrible, terrible welds. Again, trying to blend it up the shaft a little bit there. Yeah, okay, good enough. Up next is gonna be patching those holes with this stuff, and I mean, I think it's gonna be self-explanatory. I am gonna have to clean all this out because there's all sorts of like nails and debris in there, so I'm gonna go scoop everything out, maybe wire brush that. I think you just apply it kind of just like you would Bondo. You just slap it on and then smooth it out. Probably gonna mask it off on both sides with some of that painter's tape and then just bloop. Oh, that's actually pretty satisfying. That goes way deeper than I thought. It almost looks like these are two separate entities. Because that, I mean, that goes all the way down. I think this stuff is thick enough. Like, it's not like a liquid that's just gonna like seep down in there. I think it's just, I can putty it on. This just makes cleaning it much easier though, which is nice. That's the cleanest this crack's ever been. Everything's cleaned out. I made our little tape barrier there. So I essentially want, you know, all of both sides to be nice and smooth for skating and just for looks too. And I also went down here and kind of did the same to these holes where the concrete anchors were, just to, again, just aesthetics at that point. I've never used this stuff before. It's just like Bondo, right? Application, stir the patch to a smooth consistency. No thinning is required. With a putty knife or trowel, fill in the area to be repaired, pressing compound firmly into holes or cracks. Okay. Let it dry for 2 to 4 hours before the next layer is applied. All right. What are we working with here? Oh, it kind of looks like concrete. I want to start with these little guys just to kind of get a feel of what this material is that I'm working with. Wow, it feels really satisfying. I really want to eat it. Why does that sound and feel so good? Okay. I guess we're just gonna lather it in there, huh? And get it in there and smooth it out and smooth it out. That's it, right? I feel like you're not supposed to push, but it's actually working. I'm trying to make it as level as possible. That looks good to me. Now let's do the crack. Alrighty. Mixing it up a little bit. I don't really know if that does anything. It said to stir it. Now we just start lathering it in there, I guess. Oh, yeah. Look at us go. I think this is more for like cracks, like this type of thing where there's an actual crack in the concrete, not gaps like this, but figured it really couldn't hurt to try. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna work fine. I'm trying to like experiment with different techniques to find the best way to like fill up the cracks and then smooth it out. Maybe it doesn't even matter how I do it, it just matters if it gets done. Oh, that was a good one there. Oh, yep. Satisfying AF. TikTok challenge gone wrong in the hood prank. Working on my clickbait titles. What do you guys think? You guys thought sweeping content was top tier? Talk about this. I don't even know what this stuff is called. Concrete patching content. Doesn't get better than this. Oh, look at that. Look, I kind of got it down now. You go in sideways, keep plugging up that hole, taking it from the other sections, boom. And then you go through and smooth it out. Look at how good that looks, except for that. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. All right, now I'm just trying to get it as level and smooth as I possibly can. All right, I'm going through, making sure it all looks good, and I would say so. All right, so I'm gonna cap this. Maybe I can use this again later, and I guess we let it dry. There it is. That is a wrap. It's still drying. I pulled all of the painter's tape off, and it's been like an hour. It's still a little squishy. Obviously, that has to fully dry before we can skate it, but believe it or not, I actually cleaned up. These old concrete anchor holes are pretty much dry actually, so I know that it dries hard. I know that it works. That's good. I moved this scaffolding and I really want it out of the shop, but it's literally too tall to slide out the doors, so you have to disassemble it inside, then take it out. I mean, it's heavy as shit, so it's not something I'm able to do by myself, so I think I gotta wait till Dale and Corey get here, wait till some friends come over to actually move that. I mainly just wanted to see how much more open it looked with not that thing right there, you know? Way more inviting and skatable. The outside area here is definitely piling up and getting messy, so I'm gonna have to do something clean. Problem for another day. In here though, I fully cleaned both sides, so this is now open and this is now, you know, as open as it can be with that scaffolding still there. I want to leave this piece of wood here because that's what's mimicking the wall ride, just so I can get used to skating this rail with the short landing. All of this kind of reorganizing and working with this space, it kind of got me thinking, and I have an idea. This flat bar, right? One of my all-time favorite flat bars of all time. I just said all time twice, but you get the point. I've explained over and over again why I tuck it away when I'm not using it. You know, we need this as a driveway. I can't just take up this whole space. I can, but I mean, I don't want to. I'll pull this rail out and kind of put it wherever I want when I'm skating it, and then I'll tuck it back over there so it's out of the way when I'm done. It works. It's been working. It's what I've been doing since I moved in, and I love it. However, this is asphalt, so it's not that super nice, smooth, I call it Berrics ground, but that like polished concrete that the garage is. It's no different than street skating, you know what I mean? It's just like kind of rough. It's asphalt. It works fine for all of the outdoor obstacles that are a little bit more stationary, you know, everything works. This though, I had an idea. Oh, this thing is not light. Oh my god, I have to walk so far with this. This is gonna take me like 20 minutes of starting and stopping. Oh my god. So obviously, this isn't the biggest space, but I really love the ground for skating on. This side of the garage gets to be the fun side with a little bit more permanent obstacles. I've gotten so many comments telling me just to convert the whole warehouse into a skate park thing. Again, really cool on paper. I just don't want that. I love having a workshop detached from the house for me to work on my hobbies, and Taylor loves it because then I don't clutter up the actual garage. So unfortunately, half of this does have to be usable for my project car, my fab shop, you know, just my amateur kind of hobby area. That being said, we can most certainly have portable obstacles in here. Something like this rail, for example, you can move it wherever you want depending on, you know, what part of it you want to skate. If you want, you can pull it all the way out into the driveway there, which is that sort of asphalt material, but if you want a more open space. And then when you're done, you can just kind of put it on over here. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's gonna fit better over there. But you know what I mean, out of the way so the car can come in. So yeah, I wanna skate it for a little bit. This ground is so nice. We'll get a little front feeble action on the end of it here. This actually works a little bit better than I thought. I sort of thought that in here I'd be limited to only skating like sections of the rail because it's such a long rail. I have plenty of landing, and with this door open, you can use all of that as a runway. If I really cared, I could Bondo or concrete fill that crack, but it really doesn't affect me that bad. I want to try, I mean, I guess let's try skating the whole rail. I can also pull it out so I don't have to deal with that crack, but I really like popping off this concrete. Ah, it works. You can skate it going this way too, which is cool. Oh Bowman. I think eventually I do want to patch that crack just because, I mean, why not? I could make it a little bit easier just by scooting the rail back and just cutting it into the landing a bit. Even just like that. Just using this as training, you know, the shorter the landing on the obstacles that I skate, you have to be ready. You have to land your trick with confidence so you can power slide. It's all part of my master plan to get more consistent at skateboarding. Oh, I need a foot longer. Come on, God. I at least gotta get redemption on that front blunt. Okay. There it is. That felt good. Why? The front blunt is just not cooperating. Oh boy! I cannot wait for this heat wave to be over. 102 degrees right now, and inside it's what, 92, 93? Finally gonna start cooling down though next week. All right, I wanna wait for it to A, cool down a little bit, B, let this dry because I really wanna skate this rail. Oh yeah, and then check this out. Oh no, my car, it has to be parked in the garage, but there's a rail here. Whatever shall I do? Once I unbox all these tools and get my welding table and stuff set up, I can actually make a spot for that rail to sort of tuck in and be out of the way. But for now, I mean, it works. And just like that, she is in the garage. Also, for anyone that keeps up with the car content, I had mentioned that Thrash Racing sent me a harness, right? So I have this bad boy. The car obviously isn't caged, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to do a full cage, but you guys recommended a harness bar. So I found one and I ordered one, and now I'm waiting for that to get here. But yeah, I thought I'd update you guys there, and we have a harness bar coming, and then I gotta do a wire tuck on the 240, and then once it's not hot out, we can start doing track days and drift events again. All right, I'm gonna see you guys in a couple hours once everything's dry and ready to skate. I'm a bad YouTuber. I've been having a whole ass session on this thing just by myself. I've been playing music, just vibing out. Honestly, this is still squishy. It's not even dry yet, but I've just been having a whole ass sesh. I set this piece of wood up to more closely represent what the wall ride's gonna do, and we decided that we're gonna make it 4 feet wide as opposed to fully to the edge of the door. This sheet of skate light is 4 feet as well, so it'll pretty much just be exactly in line with that, so you can go all the way up and all the way down. I've gotten 1,000,005 comments of people telling me that I should just have the quarter pipe this way and that I should prioritize the stairs. I just don't want to. That whole upper section, the top driveway, whatever you want to call it, that's like the street skating area. This is all, I want this to be transition, mini ramp, just the chill zone, having fun. Having the Berrics rail here is just a fun little perk. It's cool, you know? I've been having a whole set, like this skate's fine. I also found out 2 little things which are pretty cool. The first one is that for like 75% of tricks, you end up actually just hitting the rail and going that way into the mini ramp. It works perfectly. The second thing that I didn't even think about is you can skate it as a gap over the rail and go out of the door there. That's pretty cool. This just keeps getting better and better. 91 in here though. It's not getting any cooler. All right, I'm hyped right now. I don't really feel like being a YouTuber, so I think just no talking, no yapping. I'm just gonna set the camera up in a couple different angles and just really see how many tricks we can knock out on this thing. Have some fun with it, man. It is so nice out. Oh my God, it's so much colder out here. It starts out hot outside and then the shop stays cooler, but then in the evening times, the shop just traps all this hot air and it's colder out here. I'm leaving this thing up to get a feel for the wall ride, all that, and let's just knock out some tricks. Taking that. I cannot put into words how fun this is. I'm having the time of my life right now. This is so sick. Everything is feeling so So good, dude. The sun is setting. The day is coming to an end here. This was such a cool day. That being said, these words came out of my own mouth, and it was pretty much that now that the rail is lower, I can flip into it. I never even flipped into this thing when it was at the Berrics, but it is lower now. It's what I like to call fun size. It's progression size. Obviously, I have all the time in the world to enjoy this thing and skate this thing, so I don't want to push too hard on day one. We're just having fun, but I want to try one flip trick slide. Yeah, I got this. I need to not be scared of things. I just need to do it. I'm gonna get it. I'm getting over the fear. I haven't even tray flipped the stairs yet. I'm trying to tray flip lip. My board did it. Maybe I should tray flip the stairs actually. now that I said that out loud, I think I should. The first flip trick down the Garrett's 4 stair. Just that, into a lip slide. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna fully commit to it right here. First try. I did it, minus the whole committing thing. That would have been a sack on version 1. Don't do that. It's a 4 stair, bro. I can't be scared of a 4 stair. If it was like a 15 rail, I'd understand it. I just gotta do it. Okay, I'm gonna hype myself up. Hold on, I need to do this. This one goes out to all my channel members, all right? You guys go above and beyond to support me. All the support that I ask for is you just watch the videos, you enjoy yourselves, you hopefully smile every now and then when you're watching. But my channel members go above and beyond, so thank you so much. I'm gonna try to push past my mental barrier and go above and beyond for you guys. It's a 4 stair. I've done this trick before, I can do this. I'm just being a weenie. My channel members aren't weenies, so I can't be either. All right, right here, for you guys, right here. Full commitment. Doesn't mean I'm gonna land it, but I'm going to commit. Come on, bro, okay. You have to be kidding me. The camera overheated. Are you joking? I didn't land it. I'll be honest, I didn't land it, but I did commit. I got into it, but I landed next to the board, all right? Right after I popped, I heard the GoPro turn off, and I was like, you have to be kidding me. I committed. I swear on my life that I committed. Third try's the charm. Yes! I was playing the final countdown in my head when I landed that. This is, without a doubt, the most fun I've had skating in a really long time, and I'm literally by myself. That says something. Usually the most fun sessions are with homies. That rail went so far above and beyond my expectations. I knew it was gonna be tight with the orientation that I put it in facing the wall, but I still wanted to move forward with that for reasons I've already spoken about in 2 other videos. And I was willing to sacrifice a little bit of practicality in order to have it that direction. And I am so pleasantly surprised. It's almost not even a hindrance. So stoked. I landed that because of my channel members. Thank you guys. You hyped me up. Even if you're not a channel member, obviously, I mean, just by watching the videos, you are supporting me and making this life a reality. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm actually really excited to start working on this obstacle. And this is kind of in the air. This is kind of up in the air what we do with it. I was thinking the whole ramp to platform to bump to bar and then just disassemble that and use the wood. We could make just a gap. Like the possibilities are really endless. As always, open to any and all suggestions. You guys know the drill by now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next video. Peace out.